All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. So, I wanted to try to give a lesson or a testimony, if you will, about spiritual gifts, mine specifically, and fasting, man. So, a little bit about me, man. I just turned 30 this year, July. I've been in the truth of being a Israelite and the Lord's true name, and for about a year and a half now going on. But I grew up in the church, the so-called church, the black church, preaching and shouting in the name of Jesus. But that's neither here nor there. But I definitely wanted to give my testimony about what the Lord can and will do for the ones who fear Him and actually believe, man. And so let's get right into it, man. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 12, and we'll start at verse 1. And it reads, "Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant." So, of course, we know this is the Apostle Paul writing his epistle to the church in Corinth, and he's talking to the men about spiritual gifts. All right, so let's go down to verse 4. Concerning these spiritual gifts, and it reads, "Now there are diversities of gifts, different kind, but the same Spirit." All right, so Paul's telling us that the Holy Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, gives these gifts, all right, these spiritual gifts, and there are different kinds. All right, so let's kind of see what these different gifts are. Let's go to verse 8, and it reads, "For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, the wise man. To another, the word of knowledge, the knowledgeable brothers, by the same Spirit. To another, faith," and that's one I have for sure, "by the same Spirit. To another, the gifts of healing, by the same Spirit. To another, the working of miracles." Whew, I think we all want that one. "To another, prophecy. To another, discerning of spirits." I also have the gift to discern spirits. We'll get into that later, hopefully, Lord willing. "To another, diverse kinds of tongues." So some brothers and sisters can speak in different languages. All right. "To another, the interpretation of those tongues." All right. And it reads in verse 11, "But all these worketh that one and the self same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will." All right, so let's get into this, man. All right, so concerning my spiritual gifts, I want to talk about my gift of faith and give a testimony, if you will. When I was 17, I grew up in Georgia. I live in Georgia now, and I went to the Army when I was 17, man. And long story short, I got put in a unit with some real killers, and I went to Iraq 3 times, before I was the age of 21. And like I say, a long story short, it kind of really messed my little head up. All right, so I got out the military. I kind of got put out, if you will, by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai in June 2011, man. And like I said, I came into the truth, I believe, what is this, 2019, maybe 2018 or 2017, somewhere along there. I lose track of time, man. But I went through hell, man, dealing with different spirits, of course, dealing with this truth. We know that there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on, but I went through hell, man. I've been locked up. I went to jail pretty much every year since I've been out the military for things that I did and things that I didn't do. And also hospitals, mental hospitals, all type of issues, man. And of course, as you know, some of you brothers may know, people in the military, they have this disability, all right? And not to boast or not to seem like I'm having faith in Esau's system, okay, or anything like that. Because I would, say to you, who in the hell put me in Esau's army for me to get this thing that I'm about to, testify about? But yeah, man, I went through hell year after year after year, and through that process, I ended up getting some disability, man. At first, I got nothing. I received no benefits. It was very hard. I was drawing unemployment for a while and trying to work these oddball jobs. I painted for a little bit. I cut grass for a little bit. When I was in that so-called black church, one of the sisters in there got me a job. Working on the post here at Fort Benning. And like I say, I was just going through a lot, man. And I ended up getting some disability, man. I ended up getting what they call 30% of disability. Is a little check. I don't know. It's probably like $400 a month then. And through the process of time, it went up and increased to 50. I got 50%. And somewhere along that time, man, I got this book from my homeboy that stayed across the street from me, where I grew up. I was living with my parents then, and it was on fasting, man, biblical fasting. And like I say, I received that book through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and I read that doggone book, man, and it really touched my spirit. And while I was living with my parents, I decided at some point to go on basically a 1-day fast. And what I did was, I decided I was gonna go on a 1-day fast, and I was just gonna pray. And that at that time I didn't, have the truth. I was still praying in the name of Jesus, but the Lord, knows your heart. And if I'm of the hopeful elect, which I believe I am, and I'm hoping to be of the elect, this is already written for me to do. So I'm just playing it out. And so I went on this 1-day fast, and what I was praying for the most is pretty much to get out of my parents' house and get my own apartment. All right. And so long story short, what I did was I went on 1-day fast of no food. All right. Nothing pleasurable. Okay. And I prayed every hour on the hour for everything that I wanted. And long story short, I ended up, getting, out of there. But that's not, the real testimony. It is a testimony, but that's not the whole end all be all to this testimony that I have today. But as time progressed, I'm still dealing with these issues, still going to jail. Like I said, I went to jail every year, I believe, since I've been out of the military in 2011. It's currently 2019, August. Okay. And when I was staying in my apartment, I decided, or the Lord put the Spirit upon me finally. Now this is like maybe, like I say, this is June. This maybe was like 5 months ago. I got the Spirit put on me to go on a 7-day fast. As we know, the number 7 is the Lord's number of completion. And I had kind of built up a lot of faith and a lot of tolerance, and it's part of my gift of faith. Because like, in order to fast, man, especially without food, all right, you really have to have some faith to believe that your behind isn't gonna pass out or die, first and foremost. Okay. But the Spirit was placed on me to finally, I've been trying to do it, and man, brothers, I'm telling you, man, I don't went on. Sometimes I'd be so out of my mind, if you will, bugged out during that time, that I would have to fast before my fast. So I would have to like take a day just not eating, and just to get hungry, if you will, just so I could like be humble and get in the Spirit in order to actually fast. Like I know that I'm supposed to come to the Lord with my fast, since this is one of my gifts, and the Lord is looking for, and the brothers who have this gift of faith, he's looking for us to, do it a certain way. All right. So I decided, man, that, enough was enough. I was going through hell back and forth. I'm on probation now. It's about to be over with through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But just going through a lot of stuff, man. I've been, like I say, in and out of jail for things that I didn't do at this point. And I decided, man, when I was in my apartment, that I was going to go on a 7-day fast. And the thing that I specifically wanted was to get my 100% disability and to get me a house. All right. And this is something, brothers, that I have like always wanted, not the disability, but a house, a very nice house, man. Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta from like I was born and raised, you know what I'm saying, in Georgia, man. So, but being in Atlanta, they got some rich folks live out there. Buckhead and things like that. And since I was a kid, man, I used to just drive around and I used to just look at, the mansions and things like that, or wherever I was living at in the time my father was in the military. So we've been some places, I've been some places, but I've always admired like nice homes, man. And the reason why the spirit was on me to pray for that disability was because when I first started this, maybe around like 2012, when I first got into the truth, okay, not the knowledge of being an Israelite, but just the signs of the times, I started, no joke, with the Illuminati, man, all the conspiracy theorists and things like that. And it just sparked my mind. And I just went on a tangent, if you will, of just researching specifically about the Illuminati around about 2012. And what I had ended up starting to pray to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, was, Lord, if this world is really coming to an end, I pray that you release me from what I know now is Esau, all right, his system. But I was asking the Lord not to work no more and to prove it to me, basically, because that's what I always wanted, man. I'm a personal trainer. I don't train people now. I just but I have went to school and for personal training. I've always been into nutrition and health and things like that. And but I asked the Lord, hey, if this is really happening, Lord, because I used to, like I say, I used to always, since I was a kid, watch cooking shows, and I used to watch those shows with those people who go around in different countries and just sample and eat and talk about food. And I would be a little bit in my feelings about it, being, that I would see like these so-called white people or whatever, like, why do they get to do this, and why are we like suffering like that? So the spirit was upon me to, pray for that. And that's what I did around 2012. And I started that prayer saying, hey, I want this 100%. And like through the process of time, it kept going up and going up and going up. And finally, I got to this point in my apartment, and I decided I was going to go on a 7-day fast with no food in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And that, my brothers, is exactly what I did. So I went on a 7-day fast, praying specifically for my disability, okay, to get my 100% and to release me from this. So, I had a bunch of reasons why. My apartment was small and it was dingy. It only had like one light in there, and it was like driving me crazy. And my thing that I was praying to the Lord was for, I was like, Lord, the reason why I'm still doing these things, let me tell it. It's because I'm becoming a product of my environment. I'm kind of in the hood, all right, and I'm still like dealing with these whorish women and things that we all deal with through the flesh. And but long story short, man, I completed that doggone fast, man. I went 7 days, man, to the door without eating any food, man, praying every day. Now I didn't do every hour on the hour, and toward probably around day maybe 5, all I could really do is like lay down for a little bit, man. It was times I was like stumbling, on my wall, just kind of like really out of it, man. But I want to like give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because literally the night that I finished my fast and completed it, my father came over, and as you see right now, he came over with this piece of paper, my brothers, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, it says, entitlement to individual unemployability is granted from this date. So whenever I got my 50, or I believe it had went up to 70%, this is when they back paid me. All right, so they got to back pay me to the date that my disability started, whatever percentage it was at. But my daddy came over literally, and I wouldn't lie to you, brothers, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Literally, that night that I finished that 7-day completed fast, with no food, praying, You know, my daddy brought me this sheet of paper right here, and as you can see, I say through the spirit, you know, it was all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because you see what I got highlighted, that 144. This could have been any date, you know, or whatever, but you see what I got highlighted, brothers. And yeah, man, I just want to like encourage brothers, especially that have the same gifts that I have, faith, all right, you know, and too fast, man, in these last days, man. So like I say, so currently right now I do not have to work. All right, now I work for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I just turned 30, and I'm fairly new to this truth, but this is like my first video. But I just wanted, you know, to encourage brothers, you know, who are new, you know, in this, and as well as the brother who's been in this, man. Hey, if y'all got this gift of faith, man, hey, fasting and prayer really works, and especially in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because I got this doggone disability, man, and they had to back pay me a big boy check, okay, a big boy check. And I got me a nice house. Very nice. Got me a nice 4-bedroom, white carpet house that I'm in right now through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. All praises, man. And like I say, man, that's pretty much it, man. I was gonna bring out more scripts, but you know, the spirit just, you know, like I say, this being my first video, and Lord willing, I get better at doing these videos, because I'm not a very social person, man. I'm my only child, but like I say, man, I do have the gift of faith and spiritual discernment, and Lord willing, I'm gonna do a lesson, you know, on discerning spirits, and man, and what I've experienced with my gift of being able to discern spirits, man, and the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And you know, with that, my brothers, you know, Shalom.